Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Thank you very much for joining me. Why are we here today, boys and girls? Well, we're here because we exist, and there's nothing you can do about it. So besides that, the topic today is detoxing. Why? Why, Glenn? Why would you want to detox? Well, let's say you have a car. You bought it brand new, any type of car. And let's say it's a Highline car and it has this contract where you can go in and get service during your normal servicing type of ideas, like every 3 months you need to go do this, this, and that, and you don't do any of that, and you just drive your brand new car, and they're bugging you, bring that bad boy in, that's danger, Robinson, danger. And you drive it for a couple years, it's starting to slow down during that time, and then eventually the check engine light comes on, and it won't start anymore. And your car is no longer your friend. You take it to the dealer, they go, well, you fried the engine, big boy, and now you have to buy a new one because it's just too late to do anything about it. Your body is the same thing. It has filters. Your car has air filters, it has gas filters, all these new fancy things, especially in these new technological types of cars and all these types of ideas. Your body has filters. It has pancreas, it has kidneys, it has a liver and lymphatic system, and all these types of ideas like intestine, which is the mother of all systems in the body. And if you don't detox them, if you don't get impurities out like heavy metals and all these things that accumulate just naturally in the organic metabolic processes in your body, you can slow down to a place where your engine stops running and you get overbound by yeast and you just have a number of different health issues as a consequence of toxicity. Either because you're not getting enough water, you're not using the bathroom enough times during the day for elimination, which is one of the most important things. What's the resolution to that? Detoxing, boys and girls. Yes, detoxing is your friend. Now, there's a passive way to do this, and I do this quite nearly on a daily basis, as I have some detox tea. This is from herbdoc.com. I don't get compensated from them, but when I was terminal, and it seemed like there were no more days left, and the doctor said go home and die, I eventually came across them through a number of different circumstances. Through them and doing some coffee enemas and some other detoxing, I literally came back to life, and they have detox programs that you can buy kits, and it geo-targets like intestine and or liver and or kidney, and you can rotate these particular kits, and they have what's called an incurables program where you can buy this program, and it's like a set. It's like it doesn't matter what's wrong with you unless you're already dead, and go through this program and you're going to notice some improvement and maybe even go to the doctor and smack them in the face. So this is not health advice. This is just what I've done in the past. So please follow your doctor's instructions, but there are alternatives out there that you should explore. And this is a consequence. Now, this is boiled down over 2 or 3 days, so this is already kind of thinned out a little bit, so to speak. The very first couple batches are very, very, very dark and very, very strong. This has all kinds of things. And Partiarco, there's all kinds of things in here. So this is contrary to yeast as well, and it has all kinds of things in there that help detox and tonify the body. And intestine and all the major organs. Cheers. Now this one is targeted at intestines and liver. Now there's another one just for the kidneys and has a whole program around it. And I rotate through them, but I have the detox tea almost every day, and my body loves it. And I noticed like I used to have these blemishes and those circles that people would be getting, which is generally liver function and all these types of ideas, and they all started going away when I was using this. And when I was using the bathroom, I see these big things and blocks of what would be like a big giant white blocks of things, so it'd be cancer, intestinal cancer coming out, all these crazy things evacuating the body because you're putting things in there that are just old school medicine. This is old school European style medicine. His formulations are very much in like the old school type of different medicines that were used for years and for thousands of years for any type and every type of ailment. So there's tons of ways of approaching detoxing, and I'll put a link to that particular tea so you can see the website and some other things in there as well. besides detox teas, you know, you can do colonics, you can emotionally detox, you can go through processes where you're going to do therapy for yourself, you can do life coaching, you can talk to a psychologist, there's any number of things, talking to friends, family, BFF, you know, all these types of ideas, emotionally and physically detoxing, because really it's the emotional stuff that's manifesting in the body, because there's so much energy around some of these emotional issues that they're stuck in the body and they're causing energetic issues in your energy. And they're manifesting as physical symptoms. So as you emotionally detox, it's nice to have physical support for these types of ideas, because when you're releasing emotionally, you start to release toxicity on energetically, then through physically through the body. So you need to clean that stuff out concurrently just to have an overall better health. Looks like a giant beer. So I drink probably 1 or 2 of these a day, and throughout the day. You know, I just don't drink it all, which is what you're supposed to do, but I find it more beneficial to drink it throughout the day. And, you know, if you are ailing, or if you have something that you really need to address, generally you're already kind of fuzzy and things are a little So I always suggest seeking out professional advice, like a naturopath, someone that's local in your area that you can physically see, that they can tend to you and chart out, and actually look at your pHs and your different functions in the body. They have ways of testing that and looking at your blood live and telling you a lot more information than most people can tell you in one session for less cost than you would find out a lot of other places. So, and I know I spent a fortune going to the doctors to get pills and whatnot, and eventually I went to a naturopath, and he's like, oh, well, you don't have this and that, and you need more vitamin this, and you need more vitamin that, and take some of this, and I start feeling better quite quickly in comparison, and now I don't take any medications. And I go to the doctor, and I heard, well, I said, for my age, I'm pretty healthy. She's like, for your age, you're overly healthy. I'm like, that's an odd thing for a doctor to say. I'm like, you almost seem disappointed that you can't give me any pills or whatnot. That's disturbing in a number of different ways. But in any case, they're just so used to it. They're used to stuffing you with probiotics or with antibiotics and all these types of ideas and giving you medication when you're at a certain age that you need those things to have a stable metabolism. And there are alternatives. And are they work? You can integrate them in a very subtle way. You can make this once, put it into a thermos, and take it with you to work, and have it throughout the day. And there's other types of essential oils and other things you can add to these. The flavor is quite nice. I even have given this to my mom, which is a picky little thing, and she loves it because it has a licorice undertone and some of this and some of that. So it's very well formulated to be both tasty and beneficial to the body concurrently, because why make something that you have to sneak up on and hold your nose to drink when you can make something that is overall, you know, in harmony with taste and body, you know, for being healing and for going, that was nice. And you can put honey or agave or other things in there. Just keep in mind, when you add these sweet things, it does feed the monkey called yeast, and yeast is the one thing that we're generally trying to keep down in the way of a xenobiotic, trying to keep it down in the body, because it can, when it gets out of control, it's there for a reason, it does many things, but when it gets out of control, it can be a very dangerous thing for you, and it can be, you know, make your brain fuzzy, and it can lead to very severe health issues. So just watch adding any sweet things. If you can add things that have flavor and taste that aren't, you know, break down into a sugar, that's ideal. But, you know, do what's fun for you. It should be fun for you. You know, if it's a chore, if it's a task, then I would say don't approach it, because if it's a chore or a task, then it's just gonna be a drudgery and every day. You should try to make your each day lighter and a little bit more fun and a little bit more fun and a little bit more fun. And before you know it, you go, damn, I'm having fun all the time. How did that happen? So for me, this is nice, you know, a glass, maybe 2 a day for me, and then, you know, I follow that up with other types of detoxing techniques that I'll get into another time, but this is one of my favorite. It's very passive, it's very quick, it's very easy, and you can boil it, you can make like 16, 32 ounces of it, and You can have it with you. Just put it in a thermos, and you can even make a thermos full enough that you can have it for several days, and you don't have to boil it on a daily basis if you're already kind of squeezed for time. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation, coaching life, business, and spiritual. Also retreats, boys and girls, one coming up in Hawaii very soon. Now down below in the description, there are tons of things going on. Points of contact, social media, websites, email address, all that good stuff, so check it out. And if you do like this video, please do like, subscribe, and share.